What's going on?
Man, it's going, man. About time we got this thing going.
I know, man. We've been talking for a while, and then things got a little bit crazy, and it was with the whole Corona thing. The kids were home from school, so I kind of took a break from podcasting because I tried it once, and the kids were just running around and screaming and stuff. So,
Hey, man, it sounds like we got the same problem.
oh man. So I'm finally getting back into it, man.
All right. Well, that sounds good,
Yeah.
man. How's Japan doing?
It's good. It's good. During the whole like the origin of COVID and stuff, nothing really changed here until like April, May. Shut down for 2 months. No school, no gyms. Shopping centers shut down for like 2 weeks, and after that, June 1st, kids are back in school. Gyms are open full time. Everything's pretty much
Everything's
back to.
going good, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Our numbers have been spiking, but the government's like, I mean, what are we going to do? We still got to keep the economy open, and
Right.
uh, we're in emergency. They call it emergency status right now, but the only thing that they're really doing is restaurants have to close by 8 p.m. That's
Wow.
it.
So you just can't eat after 8 p.m., man. It sounds like a
Not
tough
at
plan for everybody.
yeah, yeah. That's actually a good diet. That's why everybody stays so
I know.
healthy.
I wish they had that over here.
Yeah, no
The
doubt.
midnight stops be killing us.
Oh, jeez. Where are you at now?
I'm in California, Buena Park,
Go.
actually.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Everything's
Yeah, man.
like ghost town over there, right?
No, actually, with everybody leaving that they're reporting, there's still a lot of people here, so I don't know what they're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But gyms are closed down, or are they open, or how's that?
Uh, well, gyms, they're it depends. I actually got my own home gym at the house, so like it's everything I need, and so
Yeah.
I haven't been to the gym since in like about 3 months.
Hmm.
But I've been to the gym, you know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I tried that whole gym thing, man, and even when I was back in the States, I don't know. I can't do it. I don't know why.
Really, you like home gyms?
No, and I can't do home gyms.
Really?
Yeah. I just
You're a freak of
I
nature, man. You just go to nature or what?
no. I got to go to a gym. I got to be in an
Oh,
actual gym. Like I'll go hiking and do some push-ups and pull-ups and stuff, but I don't know. Just I got to be in a gym. I think
yeah.
just, the surrounding in there, and I know I'm in there. You got to get it done. If I'm in
What
nature,
made
I'd sit down and take a break.
what made you want to? What gave you the hunger to get in the gym all the time? Because me, it was football.
Yeah, that's true. For me, it was five older brothers. They were always working out. They played football, wrestling, all that stuff. So that's kind of where I got it from. I just saw them always working out.
Your older brothers?
Yeah, I got five older brothers. So
Damn.
yeah, yeah.
Are you the youngest?
I'm the youngest, man. I'm the baby.
So you was spoiled or what?
Hey, I don't think so, but if you ask them, they might have a different story. But yeah, I
Damn,
was
five.
I was
That's a lot of
spoiled.
testosterone in one building, bro.
Six kids. I'm number six.
Yeah, so six of you guys.
Six of us, man. One
Damn.
house.
So
Yeah.
I can see why you want to work in the gym. You can't be by yourself too long, man.
No, no, man. I'm I'm looking around to see if I'm alone. I feel a little a little nervous right now.
That's funny, honey.
Yeah,
What's your
man.
what's your brother's names? Are you the only one with the cool name?
Well, my real name is Honorato, which is
Honorato.
honorado. Yeah, in Spanish, honorato. In English, it would be honorado. So it's honor and then the ATO at the end of it. But growing up, it was hard for people to say that. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, just
No,
kind
are
of
you are you Filipino?
nah, Mexican, man.
Damn, you could have gone for Samoan, Mexican, shit, a lot of things.
There you
Asian
go.
American, shit.
I could have checked all the boxes and everything. Yeah, my oldest brother's name's Israel, and then Federico, but we call him
Federico.
Fred.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
and then Aldomaro, and we call him Maro.
Hey,
And
your parents were clever.
yeah,
They must have took all 9 months to figure out each name.
each one. Yeah, I think so. I think so. And then Gabriel, and then Jose. They must have got bored with Jose and just like this Jose. Shit.
It was like, Jose or something. They put it on
Jose,
them.
whatever it is. And but his middle name, but he's the only one with a middle name, Jose Lionel.
Okay,
So
okay. So they hooked them
yeah,
up.
they hooked him up at the end there. I think they had to go just conventional Mexican name and give him a Jose, and then I was the last one. So
That's
what
funny,
about you,
bro.
man? You got kind of a big family too, right?
Yeah, it's 9 of us.
9. Jeez,
Yeah.
that's a lot of kids. What's the ratio,
Yeah.
boys to girls?
So there's 4 boys, 4 girls.
4 boys, 4 girls.
Yeah, and then I'm the fifth
I'm not
boy.
the best at math, but oh, okay. I was gonna
I'm
say
the fifth boy.
I'm not.
So I go by 4 brothers, 4 sisters, and I'm the fifth one.
Okay,
But I'm
uh,
number 6 in line.
number 6.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that being number 6? You're like,
Are you number 6?
I'm
Do
number
we got the
6,
same
but I'm the
number?
last one. Hey, man, we got that going. There
No,
you
but see,
go.
look, I got older sisters, and they
Uh,
changed up the game for me.
yeah,
And I got 2 younger sisters, so it's kind of like, yeah. And then my older brother, the one older than me, he's gay, so it's like we get
yeah.
all. And then the one younger than me, he's a troublemaker.
He's a
So
troublemaker.
like, so we got like categories for each brother and sister. So the older brother, he's like the lion. He's the shoulders, the head of the shoulders.
Yeah.
Richard, he's the best guitar player I've ever heard.
Oh
Like
wow.
no, but he doesn't like playing guitar because his dream of being a guitarist, he let it go for something else.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So, but he's like when he plays the guitar, it's like magic to my ears. I don't know how he's so good,
Oh,
but hasn't
that's
developed,
awesome.
yeah, more than he should have been. But yeah, it's Richard, and then Salofa is the other one, and she's the ratchet one. She's the loud
Mm,
one. So
mm,
she's the one that isn't afraid to be super hyper energetic. I love her energy.
yeah.
And then there's my sister Salome. She's named after my mom, but
Yeah.
she's a second girl, which is kind of cool because she's like my second mom. She's like
Yeah.
my second mom to me. So and she's only 3 years older than me, which is funny. She just has
Mm,
a big heart, and like I said, my older brother, he's the rainbow sheep of the family. He's the
yeah.
game one, and
Yeah.
he brings a little spunk to the family vibe, and I love that about him. My little brother, he's thug. Everybody's known him to be the one to run the streets.
Always
Yeah,
gotta have one of those.
you always have one. He's the gangbanger. He's the one. So we kind of vibe out more often than not because I kind of understand him a little bit better than most. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and then my little sister Celeste, she's one of the ones that at first you didn't know if she's gonna be trouble, but then she kind
Mm,
of pillared out when she had 3 boys. So she had three
yeah.
boys, and they kind of mellowed her out, and she's doing
Yeah.
great for herself. And then my the baby sister, she was a spoiled one, so that's why I was asked, like, man,
Oh
the
yeah.
younger one, she was spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I was pretty spoiled. I didn't
yeah,
realize it at the time,
now
but
you coming
now I'm like, yeah, I
taking
had it
off some
pretty
boxes.
easy. Yeah, and,
But
and my
damn,
family.
I should have known my mom bought me a full McDonald's meal and gave him just a Happy Meal. You
I
got
was,
the number
I
one.
was,
Everybody got a Happy Meal.
everyone had to share too. I was the only one that got the full set by myself. Oh man.
That was my little sister. That's
Yeah,
why. That's why I always say that. 'Cause she always got the full meal, and we always got the Happy Meal. Like, what the
yeah.
hell?
But one thing, especially now thinking about it, one of the things that my brothers grew up, because my family came from Mexico. I mean, we did the whole like coming across the border
So you're first
illegally,
generation
all that
also,
stuff.
or?
Well, I mean, we're first generation to live in the U.S., but we were all born in Mexico.
Damn. So you migrated?
Oh yeah, oh
Damn,
yeah,
you guys are G's.
yeah. I mean, my parents saved up money. Like my dad would come across by himself, work, save up money, go back, and then do it again
Wow.
until he had enough money. And I think we're okay to talk about this. Immigration's not going to get us now. We're U.S. citizens now, so we're good.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, we're good now. So my dad went back and saved up enough money, and he brought 5 of the brothers together from 10 to I think 3 was the age range, and they crossed the border together. My brothers say they remember like carrying bread in their pockets, and that's what they
No
would eat.
way.
Yeah, and like helicopters flying over, and they would have branches to erase their footprints and stuff in the dirt. and hiding in the
Chills,
bushes
bro.
when
I got chills
yeah,
right now.
yeah, and I came across the border with somebody else with a fake passport, like another baby's
No
passport,
way. How old were you, bro?
1.5.
My
Yeah,
God.
and then so they went, and then they met on the other side, and then my parents picked me up, and time to get to work.
I'm so yeah, I'm so proud of y'all, man. For real.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
thanks,
I mean
man.
that's a journey, bro. And your
It
mom and dad,
is.
that's like life and death right there,
It is.
How
It
many
is.
people are willing to do life and death to make sure that their kids have a better future?
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
respect it so much, man. Anyone who crosses the border, I'm like, yo, I respect them so much.
yeah.
So much.
For us, it's like we respect what they did, and we want to honor them by
Yes.
accepting the challenge of coming to a new country kind of uninvited, but
Yeah.
becoming productive members of society, giving
Right.
back to the communities, not trying to bring over what we left behind. It's a new beginning. So that's one thing that people that want to come to America to work and stuff like that, that's what you got to do. You
Yeah.
gotta follow the laws and
Hmm.
do stay out of trouble. I mean, I remember when we were little, my parents would go to the grocery store because we had to be illegal and working for X amount of years. I think it was like 8 years
Right.
before my parents could apply.
Yeah, my
So
mom is
for
she has a green card right now, so she's in the
okay,
process of getting citizenship. So I
oh okay,
I, I I'm well aware of this because I'm a U.S.
yeah,
national.
okay.
So
Where were you born?
I was born in American Samoa. So half of my brothers and sisters are American Samoa, and half of us were in California.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah. So that was the thing about my our upbringing is that we were always constantly commuting back and forth from American Samoa to California. But what sucks is
mm-hmm.
about being an American Samoan citizen is you're a U.S.
Mm-hmm.
national. And I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
this about myself and what U.S. national. What's the difference between U.S. national and U.S. citizen is
Yeah,
U.S. national. I found this out when my wife, so she's a New Zealand citizen.
okay,
Yeah, my daughter's mom, who had passed, she was a New
yes,
Zealand citizen, and
okay,
she came over here on not a work visa, school visa, to do finish out high school, and then she went back
okay,
to New Zealand because it was end of her visa.
mm-hmm.
And then when she came out here to visit, I actually ended up proposing to her in 2010. Found out that when I got the marriage certificate and said I was U.S. national, it stated that I wasn't able to vote. So I didn't know that at first. And
Mm-hmm.
then it makes it very hard for you to make someone a U.S. citizen because you have to get citizenship first.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I have
that
to get
makes sense.
citizenship first before I can have someone else become a citizen. So it was just two things, and my wife never got to work because she'd have to work under the table and stuff like that. So it was
Yeah,
very hard
yeah,
for her to do that, and it was very, and I was doing football at the time, so we were on
yeah.
stipends, and it was hard.
Dang, man, that's a lot of things that people don't think about, or even realize what people's struggle is.
Yeah. Oh no, I do have
That's crazy.
mention something. I wanted this to be more than as long as you wanted it to be, but I'm actually in my sister's room because my room is getting
Okay,
renovated right now, and she
okay.
has a business meeting in 45 minutes. So it's
45
like I said,
minutes.
you can knock out as many questions you want. I'll try to get them going, but man,
All
I just
right.
appreciate you actually finally getting me in on camera, bro.
Yeah, there we go. So
Yeah,
we got about 45 minutes. So let's get to, I saw you on the Titan games.
yeah.
All
How'd you
right.
like it?
It was good, man. It was good. And I'm going to try to keep it together here because I mentioned to you before, I have lupus myself. And at 16
I'm so
years
sorry to
for
hear
me,
that, man.
oh,
But
man, hey,
I'm
you
fucking
know,
proud of you, bro.
yeah, lupus has it's kind of a love-hate relationship because it's changed my life in so many ways. It's made me appreciate life. It's made me become a better person. So that's kind of the love that I have with it. That if it wasn't for that, man, I was in LA and the nightclubs and drinking and all that stuff. Never got into drugs or anything, but I was living a wild life. And lupus kind of you know steered me back to my faith and to being a better person. So when I saw you on the Titan Games, at first I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then they were talking about your wife, and then when it said, that it was from lupus, and I was watching it with my wife and my 10-year-old, and I got up and I had to go like in the kitchen, pretend like I was drinking water, and man, I could not stop crying. I had just tears in my eyes, and like from that moment, I was just cheering for you. And I
Oh,
didn't care. I didn't care if you won or if you lost. Of course, I wanted you to win, but just kind of having that connection with you and watching you talk about her and seeing, the pictures and the videos they were showing, man, that's why I reached out to you like right away. I was like,
hey
man,
man, I love you, bro. I
yeah,
appreciate that, man. Honestly, that makes
yeah,
me emotional.
yeah,
That's why I do
uh,
it. For
yeah,
fucking guys like you, bro.
yeah,
That's why I did that show. I
yeah,
was not going to share my story at all because I was
yeah,
just so. It's an emotional story for me, and I don't know
yeah.
how I got through those recordings the way I
Mm,
did because
mm,
afterward I was just like you in that kitchen, bro,
mm,
just like you, and I just wanted to win
yeah.
so bad. I wanted to win so bad, but things happen for a reason,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
we just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah. I actually went back and watched that clip this morning just to get it out because I knew if I didn't watch it and I didn't get that memory back,
Hey man, you're
so I
dope,
watched it.
man.
I watched it twice this morning and cleared out my eyes and I was like, all right, man, we're ready to go.
Hey man, I appreciate it, on the day. That's so
Yeah.
awesome, bro. You are one of the. If there's anyone I want to be on the podcast, it's you, bro. That's
Hey, well,
awesome.
if there's anybody I wanted to have on, right back at you, man. That's you.
Let's get it,
And
man.
you know, and of course, like I said, I wanted you to win. But when you lost, that kind of hit home too. Like we can't always win. The
Yeah,
superhero story is not always going to be a happy ending. You know what I mean? And the way you handled the loss, I think that for people like me also gives us a perspective that we can't always win, but when we lose, we got to keep our head high and keep going and move on to the next stage.
there you
So
go.
I
And
know
you're
the
doing
lupus
that, bro.
community, man. Trying, man.
My Mount Olympus was actually named Mount Olympus. You're still
Hmm.
fighting your Mount Olympus with lupus, bro.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's me. Just you're a titan on your own,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
How
I
long have you had
appreciate it,
lupus
man.
for, bro?
16 years.
You're a fucking 16-year titan. I'm sorry I'm cussing,
16
but damn,
years.
bro,
Hey, man, it's good.
it's an
Yeah,
emotional thing for me to
yeah,
to feel your energy, bro. And to me,
yeah,
your 16 years of fighting,
yeah,
bro. That to me it beats my story
yeah. Sometimes like
for
I
real.
almost lost my battle 3 different times. The last one, I was in the hospital for 2 months. Man, the doctor just straight up looked at me and said, "I'm sorry, but you're not gonna make it past
No
tonight."
way.
Yeah, and
I I hate that so much.
yeah, but he was trying to be because I was yeah, I mean I was just bam. I lost so much weight. I don't even know how to explain it. I had a bone marrow checked twice within 3 days because they thought my blood cells were eating each other.
No way.
Yeah, that's some
You had
painful
bone marrow
stuff.
twice in 3 days.
Twice in 3 days, man.
One bone marrow, that shit
Yeah,
hurts.
it does. All I remember is they put towels in my mouth and tied my hands down to the bed like this, and they couldn't put any really like anesthesia because I was so weak. Can you see me good?
I can see you, but I'm
Okay.
like, I'm appalled.
Yeah, and
You're a
they
beast.
couldn't they couldn't really put any anesthesia because if I went under, or they couldn't even put me under because they were afraid I wouldn't come back because I was so weak already. So I just remember the doctor like stabbing my back, and I just remember biting on that towel and just like my body just lost all energy, man. And yeah, and the doctor told me he's like, "You're not gonna. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna make it past tonight. We've tried everything. We got one last medication that we can try if it doesn't work." And my son was 4 months old, man. So I had my Bible in my hand. I reached
Ah,
up, grabbed the doctor's shoulder. I grabbed the doctor's shoulder with my Bible in my hand, and I told him, "Don't worry, I'm gonna be okay." Yeah,
ooh, bro, that's emotional, bro.
yeah, man.
You had that conversation. That's
Yeah.
Hi, Elise. That's my daughter. Elise, she's trying to give
Oh.
me some strawberries. Elise, say hi to Honor. Uncle Honor over here doing a podcast.
Hey, how you doing?
You know what he has? What mommy has? Lupus. 16 years he's had it. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? 16 years. He's a titan. What is he? He's a beast. All
That's
right, baby.
awesome, man.
I'll see you later. Ooh, thank you.
Get some
Uh,
strawberries.
yeah, man. She's a crazy one, but I'm an awesome guy.
Yeah, man.
And
And
you know what, bro?
just
That's crazy, man. I can never imagine myself having a conversation with a kid,
yeah,
especially my kid. I cannot have it
yeah,
with any kid, let alone
yeah,
my kid. I can never
yeah.
imagine it. And you had that.
You know, and but this is not about me, man. I kind of turned it too much into my story.
That's fine, bro. It
This
should
is
be
you know
because you're a
what
freaking
you
titan, bro.
yeah, but you know this is what you've been through, and your daughter what she's been through and will continue to go through. You know, that's something that she's going to have to live with. And how's that been raising her, just just you and her, and with everything that happened?
It's bittersweet because
Mm,
she looks like me and her mom,
mm,
and it's a reminder. It's a bittersweet reminder that even though her mom is gone, she has something of her physically here.
mm,
And to me, I have to keep that even more precious now, because before it was just like, okay, I got two of them, great. Now at least one of them can understand and witness how crazy her mom is.
mm.
But you know,
The good crazy, yeah,
but now it's just one. It's just half of her. So, and to me,
yeah.
I try not to think. I try to tell my daughter every day, or when she's missing her mom, that
Mm,
I know her mom like the back of my hand.
mm,
So anything that her mom would give advice on her about, I would probably give the same advice.
mm,
So she just gotta trust that her mom is still here through me, through
mm.
her, through everybody who's came in contact with her, that knows her,
Yeah,
who will tell stories of her. And so she's not gone, actually. I feel
yeah.
like she's always around. Someone's
Mm,
always having a conversation about Issa, her mom, and
mm, mm.
that's what keeps me going. Is that her legacy, her name, her memory is gonna be lived through her,
Yes, yes.
and that's just as important as you know having those conversations.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, and I saw you posted something on Instagram. It
Yeah,
was, let me look it up here. I don't want to read it without just going off the top of my head.
I should actually ask you what I should prepare for, man. I'm just coming in with no notes, nothing. I was like, what do
Hey,
you got for me, Honor, man? 'Cause I don't know.
this is all I got right here. I just got it written down right here. Titan Games, uh, NFL, and of course your journey of lupus with your wife and things like that. It says, long after I'm gone, I just want to be remembered. Right?
Yeah,
That's what Issa said,
yeah.
and that's something that we're gonna do, man. I will stand with you, and I will do whatever I can to make sure that her journey and her battle will never be forgotten, man. I have a lupus community. It's only got about 10K right now followers, and I want to share
Wow,
her
he's
story.
getting that.
Yeah, if you don't mind, man, I would love to share her story, your story, and for your daughter's future to make sure that she always knows what a warrior her mother was.
Let me tell you right now, I'll always share your story, bro. You are a warrior. And
Right.
then anyone that comes around, I have the lupus ribbon on my back. It's a tattoo of mine because
Oh, man.
being aware is what is the key to everything. You
Yeah.
know, if you're aware of all the things that are telling you, hey, you got to fix this, you got to fix that, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to be disciplined in this, you got to be disciplined
Mm,
in that. You just got to do it.
yeah.
You gotta figure out the information you need to make sure that you're good. Yeah,
Mm.
lupus of yours, how are you doing with it, man? Because I did look up some things. What are you taking, or how's your daily?
I still I take about 12 pills per day plus a Benelista injection once a week. So if
Okay.
I miss a dose, if I miss like 2 days of my medication, my hands just kind of curl up and I can't even open a bottle of water, man.
So I know lupus is a autoimmune disease that is
Yeah,
attacking your major organs. Which one
yeah.
is it attacking in yours?
Well, for me, mostly it's been my kidney. But I had one time where it attacked my lungs, like my heart and my lungs, the valve between was getting really swollen. So I would wake up at night and like kind of I couldn't breathe, and I didn't go to the doctor right away. And when I went to the doctor, they were like, "Yeah, your valve connecting it to is pretty much almost swollen shut. We need to put you on a bunch of medications right away." And then
Wow.
another time, most of the time it's just been my kidneys though. So my heart, my
Have you been on
lungs.
dialysis?
No,
Good.
no, I haven't
Oh,
done dialysis. Yeah.
that's good. That means you're taking care of yourself to a point where your kidneys are functioning semi-normal.
Yeah, yeah,
Have you looked
yeah.
into Eastern medicine?
what's Eastern medicine? Like what?
Like natural remedies.
I did. I even went about 10, 11 months without any medications, and it was great. But what happened to me was when my lupus came back, it took so long for the medication to actually start working that my body got really weak while I was waiting for the medications to kick in. And I think all that stuff works, but if it comes back, because like with lupus, it just can suddenly attack.
Right.
And if you don't have that strong medication in your body ready to defend you and kind of fight with you, you gotta wait it out until your body starts processing all that. And what happened to me was when it came back, it attacked so hard that I almost didn't make it because I had to wait. So it's just a
Oh,
real
that's a lot of
balancing
pills that
act.
your body's
Yeah,
taking. There's a lot
yeah,
of big pills. So
yeah,
I mean, the thing about losing my wife to lupus is
yeah.
I became infatuated with
Mm,
information.
I'm
I
sure.
found every book, video I could on lupus, on being a single parent, on being
Mm,
I became infatuated with information because I just realized it's going to be a one-on-one instead of a two-on-one with my daughter.
mm,
And I
yeah,
was like, I need to find every information I can on how explain to her how it is to not have her mommy around anymore because she didn't
yeah,
know. And
yeah.
then when other kids are saying, "Hi, mommy," she's like, "Where's my mommy?" It's like a lot of those questions that I had to deal with. And you know what? Even lupus, dealing with lupus and knowing what it was, she asked me, "What is lupus?" When I said, because I don't lie to my daughter ever, right? And
Mm,
we want to twist the truth, but for me, no, I'm straight up with her.
no, yeah,
She needs that from me, and
yep,
I explained to her she knows what death is. She knows,
yeah,
the process to coping, and
mm,
she's very smart for her age. She's 7 years old. She has a
mm,
strong head on her shoulders. I'm very proud of that. But
yeah,
it took me to really understand, everything that's happened to get me here.
mm,
And it was not being aware of
mm,
a good diet for her
yes,
mom. An alkaline level body is the best
mm,
way to go.
mm,
Her immune system. So this is a story of this is pretty much my story in a nutshell.
perfect.
So on my daughter's first birthday, we had a beach party, and we
Mm,
went and did the beach thing, and then she ended up going to the hospital that same night because she had what's called a butterfly effect. And in
mm,
lupus, if you
yeah,
stay out too long in the sun, you get the sunburn. It's called a butterfly
mm,
effect. It gets really
yep,
your cheeks get really pink and things like that. And we took her to the hospital that night. Her body had shut down on her. She had rheumatoid arthritis. She was tested positive
mm,
for rheumatoid arthritis, and she was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis.
mm,
So she had that going for her early on, but we didn't know it was a sign of lupus until the birthday, and
mm,
she had the sunburn. So we went to the hospital. She said yes, her body was aching because of the rheumatoid arthritis, but she was also hurting. Her body was shutting down because of the lupus, and it
mm,
was her kidneys. It was her kidneys that were shutting down. It was attacking her lungs. It was attacking her kidneys, and her kidneys. She had to get dialysis. She was getting very like a lot of water in her, so she was getting puffed up a lot. She's had like a
mm,
really puffy face because of all the water and liquid she was taking in. And I was taking note of all of it, and I was being aware of what she was going through, but I wasn't being aware of what was needed to help her in that
mm,
situation, like a
mm,
great diet. Like what's crazy is we go to the hospital all the time, and most doctors will put us on a diet, and
mm,
I was just not as aware as I should have been because I had football. And that to me is an excuse. And
mm,
I don't take anything other than that. Football is an excuse for why I was negligent, and I put it on me because being a when you say your I do's and you give those vows, I mean what I say, you know.
yeah,
And she's my better half. I wanted to take care of her, and I failed. And that's how I look at it. I failed. I wasn't, we got to be a team here. And if the
yeah,
coach sees their players struggling, the coach has to make the call.
mm,
And or vice versa. If the player feels like he can't keep up with it and feels like you got to trust in the coach, then you
mm,
got to trust the coach. And what the thing is, I trusted her too much because she's a fighter.
Yeah.
My daughter's mom, Issa, was a fighter. I'd never seen her
Mm.
lose, and she was scrappy too. Like I actually seen her
Mm.
fist fight all the time. That's the thing about her. She's a fighter, man, and I
Yeah.
never seen her lose a battle. The only
Mm.
thing I saw her lose a fight to was lupus, and she didn't win. She didn't lose a fight. She didn't lose a fight to it. She conquered it the way she wanted to, and
Yeah.
that's the way I got to look at it because things, life goes on. But my daughter, I know
Mm.
one thing is if it is hereditary, I
Mm.
know what to do. That is
Mm.
number one. Like
Mm.
one thing I know about lupus, I've researched a lot of things, and one thing that my people have cultivated in our islands for over thousands of years was a thing called Tahitian noni. It's a noni plant.
Mm.
Look it up, brother.
What's it called? What's it called again?
It's called noni. So
Noni.
it
Okay.
comes from volcanic ash, and it grows from volcanic ash, and you can only find it in the islands. And
Mm.
it's called Tahitian noni. It looks like wine, tastes like wine, but it's not wine. What it is in there, it looked like a alien potato. And I found this out because my brother was actually it's a network marketing
Mm.
company. I don't do it anymore. I did it when my wife was there, and it was actually helping her during her lupus. But the thing about
Mm.
the product is it was so expensive at the time. It's not anymore.
Mm.
But at the time, it
Mm.
was very expensive. It was like $500 for 4 cases of the bottle. So it was like
Mm.
it was too much for us. I'm working off a stipend, football,
Yeah.
and things like that, which is sad to say because like money. If that's what
Yeah.
it takes to make someone's life live longer, we
Mm.
kind of have to figure out something else,
Yeah. Yeah.
than just having money be the reason why people don't stay on this earth. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, so it was it worked for her, but she only took it when it was really bad.
Mm.
But it got to a point where it was it. So she was taking this noni in and out of college years, and then when we didn't have enough money for it, we just forgot about noni altogether. It was like
Mm.
we just were like, you know what, we just need to like trust the doctors. The medicine they're gonna give you is what you need. And so what happened was in Colorado, they had to do a emergency surgery on her,
Mm.
but legally they couldn't do it in the States because she wasn't a citizen legally.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we were in Colorado, and I was like, "There's an emergency surgery she needs. They need to do it within 2 weeks or whatever." It was like
Mm.
1 or 2 weeks. It was very fast. Like they needed to do the surgery, but we can't do it legally. We can't. So I was like, legally, you can't save someone's life.
Mm.
That to me is ridiculous.
Mm.
That to me is like legally because there's laws that state you can't save someone's life when they're in danger. That's crazy.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
we got our church at the time was a Mormon church. We
Mm.
were I was affiliated with the Mormon church, and I was Mormon, and I love Mormons, and we they're great people. I love them, but
Mm.
I'm separated from the church. But anyway, long
Yeah.
story short, yeah, she went into the church helped us out, get her and my daughter tickets and passports to New Zealand within that 2 week frame. So,
Wow.
so they helped us out a lot.
Mm.
Ruth was her name. She was one of the sisters in the church, and I'll always be thankful for her and her husband for helping us out because he was a doctor and he was telling us,
Yeah.
in layman's terms, what their doctors were
Yeah.
saying. So we kind of understood it way better than we were supposed to. And it
Mm.
was just a lot of mumbo jumbo about her life, and I just didn't like that.
Mm.
Takes forever. Like make it sound simple to people who need to make it sound simple.
Yeah.
Like come
Yeah.
on now, we're not all graduates of master's degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like dude, I got my BAs. That's all I needed. Anyway, but yeah, man. So we got her and my daughter passport. It was a crazy week. We were
Mm.
flying in from to Denver and Fort Collins all the time. I mean, driving and then to get everything. Got them. So she almost didn't make it to New
Mm.
Zealand. Like they said that she was very low on her blood and everything like that. Her kidneys were very low. But they got her there. She had the surgery. It was like for her kidneys, so she had that do dialysis like every 3 days or 4 days of the week. And this was a like crazy. I was getting ready for the NFL. Didn't all this happened between August, September, October, November,
Mm.
December, and in January is when she left. So we went through all the holidays in the hospital, and her birthday was January 9th.
January
And that,
10th, one day
yeah,
apart.
wow,
Yeah.
wow,
A lot of,
wow. Capricorns
yeah.
are dope. You guys are
Yeah.
busy. You guys are busy people.
Uh,
Anyway, Yeah, so she was January 9th was her birthday, and we spent that in the hospital. So it was like all these crazy holidays that we love,
Mm.
just kind of like I didn't like them anymore
Yeah.
because it's just like, oh man, I didn't expect for her to go through this, and
Mm.
even that's not the right mindset to have, It's just, but so she got to New Zealand, and then so she had to be there. That was just a quick move in January, and the pro day was I don't know, it was April or May. I forget which month it
Mm.
was, and I just said I'm just gonna sit on pro day. I'm not gonna touch it until because we had a rental lease,
Mm.
the apartment, or it was a townhouse, and it was due in May. So it was.
Mm.
So I was thinking maybe I should, in the time frame, build my body, get ready for the NFL, or worst case scenario, if something, if things aren't looking good for my wife, I'll just move to New
Mm.
Zealand. I'll pack up everything because I had
Yeah.
the whole house, Colorado. I had the whole house because they had to
Mm.
leave within 2 weeks, so they didn't really have anything to pack. I had the whole house to move.
Yeah.
So by myself, and I was lucky I had roommates and a couple friends and old teammates that helped me out, and my brother, but. It was, and my family. So my family came clutch in helping me move the house within that time frame from January to May,
Mm.
and get rid of all of my stuff, all
Yeah.
that stuff, because I knew I wasn't gonna go to the NFL. I was like, nah, fame and money is not as important as you know, my wife and my daughter. So I
Yeah.
said to myself, I'm done with football. I'm gonna, and that was a big, like I love football. I
Yeah.
get more from talking about it because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I sacrificed a lot for it. But it was good sacrifices.
Mm.
But I've
Mm.
always wanted to be a football player. I've always wanted to be a football player. That's why I was
Yeah.
so thankful for Titan games because it was like a little shot that I had, a little
Yeah.
feeling of what it's like being in that stadium.
Yeah.
And so when I got there in May, 3 days later, so I only had 3 days with her. 3 days later, she went in a coma.
Mm.
And she went in a coma because she got pneumonia in her lung during the time she was coming to get me and prepping for me. She was going out and about, and when you're out and about with lupus and you got a
Yeah.
slow immune system,
Yeah.
anything, it's like COVID with someone
Yeah.
who has a bad diet,
Yeah.
with bad
Yeah.
habits. Like it's the same thing. You're bound to get sick or bound to get something that's going to cause something. She caught pneumonia. I'm okay, baby.
Mm.
I'm okay. You can go sit down over there, hang out. I had pneumonia. I mean, she had pneumonia, and then so she went in the hospital, and she was in a week coma. And in this week, I would say was the worst time of my life because it was like I was in a movie where the people were sitting in the waiting room waiting for the doctor to come out and give good news, and every time he came out, it was always bad news. It
Yeah.
was always like man, she's got a 50% chance of making it. 50% chance? You mean if I
Mm.
flip the coin and my wife and I hit the wrong side, my wife could die? So I was research. I'm not kidding you, Honor. I was researching so much in that week.
Mm.
My mind, everything. I lost every sleep I could. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat.
Yeah.
I was so focused on finding the cure. And then I was like, oh, we got to get Noni. We got to get everything going. So I get emotional because it's like it's my story. It's like it happened to me, and so I don't ever fight these tears. Anyone see me
Yeah.
crying, emotional, it's part of life.
It
We
is.
got to face death someday, and I had to
Yeah.
face it at 25, 24. It's okay, baby. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. Man, let me get this. Let me get this interview out the way. But huh?
I know when I can tell when you're crying.
I know. But let me get this, okay? But yeah, man, it was. I didn't get no sleep. I only think I got like
Mm.
3 hours of sleep in that one week. Honestly,
Yeah.
if I'm
I
being
believe
honest,
it. I believe it.
I only think I had like 3 hours of sleep. I was very gung ho and focused. I had an argument with the doctor because I was trying to have Noni. So they were giving her this protein shake. It's pretty much a
Mm.
protein shake. When I read so the doctor, every doctor, this is universal. Every doctor, when you go in a coma, they're required to put you on this nutritional thing to hang up on your IV.
Okay.
And that nutritional thing, when I looked it up, the mortality rate for that was 56% of people in a coma. The mortality rate for people on that shake. And I
Jeez.
read the nutritional label. It's like reading what's that protein shake? Muscle milk. That's how that's how much I know what to put in my body. I read the nutritional labels on muscle milk,
Yeah.
and I looked at that
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, this is like a muscle milk protein shake that they're giving her. So what
Mm.
happened was when she was in the coma, they were feeding the protein shake into her mouth,
Mm.
and her body was swelling up. It was getting a lot of liquids in it, and I was
Mm.
like, I'm not no idiot when it comes to protein. When you put a lot of bad stuff in someone's body,
Mm.
and the body's not taking it in, it's making her blow up. It's getting
Yeah.
water weight on her. That's saying like physically
Yeah.
your body doesn't need it. In
Well, the
fact,
kidneys are probably rejecting it, right?
yes, the kidneys were rejecting it.
Yeah.
But kidneys are not stupid. Your body's not
Yeah.
stupid because you have auto antibodies for a reason. It's gonna fight
Mm.
off. It's got to fight off the disease because you wouldn't be living for 16 years, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
something's fighting something off. Even
Yeah.
though the antibodies are tricked to believing that something's wrong with the body and starts attacking the body, there's still antibodies that are attacking those antibodies. That's what lupus is. It's your antibodies
Yeah.
thinking that there's something wrong with the system,
Yeah.
and it starts attacking layman terms,
Mm.
But yes, I read the nutritional labels. I talked to the doctor. I said, hey, I want to make sure my wife, because they took the tube out of her mouth and put it directly into her stomach.
Ooh.
So it's like saying giving a kid candy and her teeth are rotting out, and so instead of putting it through her mouth because her teeth are hurting, you're gonna put it straight into her stomach. That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah.
Like her body's not taking it in. You're telling me she has a 50% chance of surviving. What are you giving her? What is it that you're giving her? Well, you're giving her a shake that's 56% chance of someone dying if they're going to coma.
Yeah.
And I told them, can I at least act as my wife and say, hey, can she take this instead? And he says, well, I don't know how the laws are because she's technically in a coma, and I didn't know how New Zealand laws work. I didn't have a law of attorney or whatever that is
Yeah.
that we have here in New Zealand or how that works. So they were like, if you can show me evidence that this
Oh,
can help.
power of attorney.
Yeah, power of attorney. Yeah, that's
Power of
it.
attorney. Okay.
Yeah. But the doctor said, I asked the doctor, I recommended it, and he looked it up, and he said, okay, well, we got to figure out, make sure that her kidneys are that this doesn't hurt her kidneys. Like it has to be medically and scientifically proven that this can help and it doesn't hurt. And I was like, sir, I know my wife. I know that this helps her. I know that this will give her the nutrition because it has before. Her body has had it before. Her body's never had this shape. So if I'm gonna go with one of the two, and I know which one helped her, I'm gonna go with this one. She's in a coma. She has 50% chance of surviving. Her death will be on my hands, not yours. Mine if I give it to her. And I want it to be on my hands because then I'll live with it. I can't live with it if you're giving it. You're gonna be the one to say whether my wife lives or not.
Yeah.
Then that means I got to deal with you. So he made me do the research. I did the research. I even given him proof, and he said, "I want to give it to her, but I don't want it to cost my license." Those were verbatim his words, brother. And I looked at him and I said, I couldn't even, like, when she had passed away, he couldn't even tell me. She had to have a nurse come to talk to me.
Ooh.
That's why I was like, I cannot. So that's why I knew I had to find answers to lupus. So, bro, get that damn bottle and start taking 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces at night, because I don't know what all those pills you're taking, but there's some things out there that there's got to be answers to any problem out there. If this world, we created this world. I mean, we created the problem with the stuff that we're putting in our body. We can cure it.
Yeah.
I just have to believe that. I just have to believe that. And
I'll look into it for sure.
Yeah, I have to discipline myself into finding the answer any way I can. Reading a book, because if my daughter ever gets something like lupus ever again, guarantee you, I will make sure she does not. She will fight like you, bro. She will fight like you to the end of the world. And you keep fighting, bro.
Man, that's the only thing we can do. That's the only thing we can do. You know, it was so interesting because the first time that I got lupus and I got really sick and I almost didn't make it, I remember, my brothers told me, I remember just laying on a couch at my parents' house because I had to go back home because I couldn't take care of myself. And my brother told me, I don't remember doing this, but my brother said that I called him and started thanking him for everything he had done for everything he had done for me. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man,
So
dude,
my brother
bro.
told me that I started calling him and telling him like, thank you for everything. Thank you for everything you've done for me. And he knew I was sick, but he didn't know how bad it was because he was in California and I was in Washington State with my parents.
Wow.
And yeah, and I found a letter in my computer too that I started writing to one of my nephews that I kind of helped raise and stuff. And I don't really remember writing any of that. I don't remember like telling him how much I loved him. I was proud of him, and
Wow.
I just, oh, dude, it was so weird, and I was ready to let go. I prayed 3 nights in a
No.
row. I prayed to God. I said, and I'm Catholic and everything, and I prayed to God. I said, God, I want to be here, but if I'm gonna wake up feeling like this tomorrow, just let me go. Just take me. I can't do this anymore. For three nights in a row. And I would wake up and I was like, okay, maybe today's gonna be better. But it wasn't. And the third night I woke up again and my one of my other brothers sent me a email. And he's like, hey, I just feel like you need to hear this, and here are some prayers about fighting and never giving up. And he wrote on there, but read them and read them out loud. If you can sit up, and use power, any power you have, read these out loud. And at first I was like, okay, whatever. And so I printed them out. I went to the printer and I printed them out, and I was just kind of reading them, and I didn't really feel anything. And then I remember that my brother said, like, you got to be bold when you pray this, like read them out loud.
Wow.
And man, I had those prayers and I started reading them in a louder and louder voice. And next thing I knew, I was on my feet. And I was just like, man, what am I doing? I can't believe I was ready to give up. And from there, I was like, whatever happens, whatever lupus throws my way, I got to keep going, man. If it's not just for me,
Wow.
but for anybody else out there.
Fucking chills, man.
Whew.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow, bro. You're a fucking beast.
Oh, dude. So that's why I say it's kind of a love-hate relationship with lupus, because I've been able to do a lot of things because of lupus that I wouldn't have been able to do if I never had it. And I don't know what my life would have been like if I didn't get lupus. I still probably would have been in LA, crazy, partying, all that
Right.
stuff. I wouldn't have had my two boys that I have. And another thing that we have in common is I was a single father for 3 years, man. I different situation. I got a divorce, and I got full custody of my son, so I went through that as well,
Good
dealing
for
with the
you, man.
lupus. Yeah, trying to take care of my son, but it's crazy how life throws. And man, one thing that you were talking about when you were talking about your wife and how you kind of feel like you didn't do your part. I don't think that's the case, man. And I know you're going to be hard on yourself, because I feel I would probably be the same way if I was in your situation. But being the fact that I have lupus, right? And I was married before when I was going through it, and I'm married now as I'm still going through it. And I don't tell my wife all the time when I don't feel so good. Sometimes she'll see it and she'll ask me, and I'm like, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm okay. And a lot of times we don't express it because we don't want to accept it ourselves.
Right.
We
That's
just think I'm
that's
gonna.
powerful, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I'll sleep. I'll feel better tomorrow. And you had your stuff going on, which you were trying to prepare your life and your family for the future. So everybody has a role to play, especially in a relationship, in a marriage. So man, you gotta let yourself know that you were doing the best you could, and the best we can do is never going to be perfect, bro. There's always going to be situations we can look back at and say, I should have done this, I should have done that, but
Right.
the outcome could have been the same. Who knows? We don't know.
Right.
All you can do is you were there, man.
Yeah. I appreciate that because one thing that we always have to feel like keep moving on, keep
Yeah.
moving. There's other things you gotta live for. Um, but these events, man, these things, if we never had them, I always think like if lupus never happened to my wife, I wouldn't look at life this way. I wouldn't be talking
Yeah.
to my daughter the way I talk to her, where we're
Yeah.
very, and I'm very, I don't know, call it the mama mentality, where I'm very focused on everything that I do.
Mm.
But I just realized when I lost my wife how much time means to me, and
Yes.
time is the one thing time is the one thing no one can get back, no matter the money, no matter the.
Mm-hmm.
So why not utilize everything that you can, every fiber in your body to figure out or find ways and answers to anything and everything you have problems for.
Yeah.
Any problem that we have, whether it's financial, health, spiritual, there's an answer for it. There has to
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
because this life is too complex for us to think that it's very cookie cutter. So
Yes.
for me, I gotta always find answers to any problem that might come my way, my family's way, my mom, my dad.
Yep.
I'm a nutritionalist. As you can see, I'm very physical, so I know what to do with the body. When it
Yeah.
comes to working out. Any of my brothers and sisters, or my mom and my dad, have any problems, so my mom doesn't have a choice. She's gonna be
Mm.
forced to get healthy,
Mm. Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
because we have our own lives to live, but some of us
Mm.
don't live it to the best that we can,
Yeah.
and that's up to the people around them who love them, who want to
Mm.
see best for them. See, that's when they come into play. That's when you
Mm.
really know who's in your corner. Is when you're down in the dumps, whether it's
Mm.
health, physical, or spiritual. There's got to be people in your corner that's gonna make sure and keep you accountable and say, you gotta get your stuff together, yo. You gotta
Yeah.
get things going for yourself.
Yep.
And my mom, I can't say that to my mom because respects to sound
Yep.
more tradition.
Yep.
And I
Yeah.
don't ever talk back to the moms, but at the same time, I gotta let mom know you ain't doing right, mom. So
Yeah.
let your boy take care of you.
Yeah. There's a lot of
So,
people still counting on the parents, so we got to help them.
hey
And,
man, that's it.
especially as they get older.
Yep. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
care of my mom, man. I'm hoping I get a crack in this NFL window and hopefully get in there real quick so I can
Let's
compete at it.
finish off with the NFL stuff, man.
Let's get it. Oh, we got
What's
5
going
minutes.
on? Yeah.
So yeah, I got some friends and old teammates. So I don't know if you noticed NFL. One of the guys being highlighted right now, Shaquille Barrett.
Mm.
He's my old teammate. He's setting the sack record right now
Oh
for
wow.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's about to go to the Super Bowl, so I'm about to go. I gotta watch him.
There we go. There
Fall
we
out with
go.
Florida State. Go Shaq Barrett. But yeah, man. I got some connection outside of him, and that I've been texting, trying to get agents in my corner, and
Mm.
I got some I got some backing with me when it comes to football. But everyone that seen me play football, they know how serious I am. They know I'm not any type of joke kind of guy. So when I set myself on something, and I trust me, I did not think I was gonna come back to football. I could have did
Yeah.
comedy, I could have did gaming, I could have did singing. I'm a great singer, but
Mm.
nah, it's football for me. It's
It's
football for me.
football.
So I have the body, I have the time. I'm 30 right now. I got 10 years left in me. The average career for an NFL player is 4 to 5. So I'm just doing the numbers. I'm like, yo, Tom Brady's 43. James Harrison was pretty good. I want to do outside linebacker. He was pretty up there in his age. So even if I was to play till 38, that's 8 years. And if I
Yeah.
can get 4 years out of that, that's an NFL career right there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I got high hopes on my side. I'm just hoping that I get the shot when I'm prepared for the shot. So that's why they say the opportunity comes to someone who's prepared, and
Mm.
I'm prepared. I just got to switch up my schemes when it comes to some outside linebacker drills, but I'm pretty good.
That's awesome, man. Well, we'll
Yeah.
definitely be and praying and
You,
hoping and
especially
backing you
you,
up.
Honor, man.
Hey,
Now I gotta check up on you with your lupus, bro.
let's
You
do it,
opened up
man.
that Pandora's box. I ain't letting you go, bro. Seriously. So I gotta check
Nah,
on you
man.
every month or so, man. You gotta get me, not even a podcast, bro. Just hit me up. I gotta shoot my
Yeah.
number. See how you doing,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely. I know you got to go. We got about 3 minutes left, and
Yeah.
we'll definitely have to jump on again and talk about just life in general and whatever else comes up. But
All
yeah,
right, man.
man, it's I just really want to let you know I appreciate that you went on there, shared your story. Um, when I started Instagram, it was sharing my story, and then I started to feel like my story was becoming my life now, and it was kind of
Right.
becoming a little bit too much. And I would post something, and people are like, "Oh, are you okay? How you feel?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. This is just what I went through in the past, or yeah, I don't feel good today." So I
Right.
just started posting a lot of fitness and family and faith and stuff like that. But I don't like to share my struggle that much. But it's a part of my life, and the way you motivated me, the way you helped me out, I hope my story and my journey can do the same for others. So that's one thing I really appreciate from you, man.
Man, no, it definitely motivated me even more. And
Let's do it.
like I said, man,
So I get 5% of that contract coming up. Right?
Hey man, look here. If I get a contract, I don't care about the money. I just want to win a Super Bowl. I want to get to I want to play a game. I want to play a snap. I want to, dude, man. If someone gets me, I don't even care about the money. Honestly, I
Yeah,
just want to play the game.
I believe you, man. I believe you. And you know, that's one thing that we're going to be really rooting for you, man. I'm gonna post this on all my lupus community stuff,
Let's
and we'll
go!
definitely be
Hey,
backing
I
you
didn't
up,
ask
man.
for it, but I'll
You
take it.
didn't ask
And
for it.
anytime,
Yep.
like I said, if I make
Yes.
the NFL, when I make it to the
Yeah.
NFL,
When you make the
I will
NFL.
call you and let you know I made it, bro. I
Hey,
got you, Honor.
Lupus strong together. I'll send you a message from my Lupus community page, and we'll get you on there, man.
Please, man, please.
Yep.
Thank you so much. And for everyone
No
who's
problem.
fighting lupus, man, I just want to root for you guys too. Appreciate you
Appreciate it.
guys and keep doing it.
Appreciate it. All
Hey,
right,
man,
man.
you have a good one, bro. Appreciate
All
the
right,
call.
you too. Appreciate you. We'll keep in touch.
All right, I'll talk to
All
you later.
right. All right, later.